Okay, welcome to Pofo Community for Justice. Uh, I'm Apostle Cecil Hatchett, and to my left here is King J, which will be on today, and I'm happy that he's on because every time he's made a request to come on the show, he's always honored the request when I said it was okay. Not like a lot of other people want to be on the show but have no intention of coming on the show nor apologizing about not being able to come on the show. They're just people are just tying up time, and I'm not in a mood to tie up time. I'm trying to help all people and anybody, everybody. God Almighty loves you, and I love you too. I want you to stay strong, play to win. Donald Trump is the new president now, as everybody in America and all over the world knows, and we'll find out later what his agenda will be. There's a lot of things, obligations that he's made to people about what he's planning to do or plan to do. But those are the kind of things that people say or do to get those votes, and talking about it, but being about it is what it's really all about. So I'm very happy for America, and I really didn't care who got elected as president. I just wanted people to get out and vote because in the next 4 years you have to vote again. Hopefully they'll get up off their derriere and play to win and get whoever they really want to get into office. But if not, well, just go ahead and keep sitting back, relaxing, and doing nothing. As far as Hillary Clinton's concerned, she thought she would get the women's vote, but naturally, when she was dealing with white women, they were looking like, hey, we just care about what benefits. We just are caring about what's going to be for the good of the people, broke people that don't have nothing or could have had something but did have something, but those moments are gone. And this is 2016. And white people made a real issue about that. And so Donald Trump made all kind of statements and talked out the side of his neck and said all kind of things. But it did get people's attention. And but here we are right now in 2016 and 2017. He'll take the office over, and we'll see what he does. I pray that we'll all benefit from him being a president, and he won't be some puppet on a string that'll be manipulated and maneuvered. Or he has to fulfill 4,000 jobs, and we'll see who all gets those, or if you get people that are thinking all the time about weather change and all that other stuff, the environmental changes and all the things about trying to evict all the Latinos from America and whatever other people. America consists of human beings from all over the planet coming to America looking for a better life, and people are getting upset and nervous because now that they're here in America, they could care less if anybody else can come into America, and that's ridiculous. As human beings, we shouldn't think so narrow-minded, but that's what's going on. And of course, I watched a lot of different pictures that was on the news, and white people yelling, "I'm white and I'm proud." Mm-hmm. And I'm very happy for them feeling proud about themselves because I'm black and I'm proud. Amen. So I'm not negative toward them being proud, nor am I negative toward me being proud. I'm just trying to let people know that, look, we all should work together as human beings. White people, many people are talking about we're trying to get America white again. Well, the Native Americans have been here forever, and people need to understand that these are people that have been here forever and that need to be recognized. So when people are talking about trying to take over people's land and do horrible, hideous things to people, these are human beings too. So this is one planet that we all live on, and we need to work together as human beings and not be trying to promote this racist mentality as Trump tried to do and in his wild conversations. But he's the president now, so we'll just see how things go and what happens. And Brother King J is working on his Black Museum and trying to put things in Oregon together, and I'm very proud of him. And without any further ado, I'm going to turn the program over to Brother King J. And I just want to thank all you people that did vote, and all you people that didn't vote. I pray that maybe in the next 4 years you'll vote, or in 2 years you'll practice, get it together, and then 4 years you'll vote, because sitting on your behind doing nothing, that's not going to benefit anybody. So the marijuana law was passed, and many people enjoyed that. They're happy to be smoking marijuana, and understanding that nobody has died from smoking marijuana. brother, President Obama made reference to that. I quit smoking cigarettes, and I'm saying that doesn't even add up to marijuana. So smoking marijuana makes you sleepy, happy, and hungry. Smoking cigarettes give you cancer, and dead. And alcohol and whiskey and wine and liquor and various other things, or drugs, which is cocaine and heroin and hashish and other drugs that people are making up so that people can get high and destroy their bodies. I'm just saying that don't try and classify marijuana as being within those categories. It was a way of getting rid of black people, putting them in jail, locking them up, and that con is basically about dead and buried, because that's what people are going to find out, is that marijuana has never ever been the culprit, except for when you can make clothes and hemp and other things to make your life better. And then, but when black folks started smoking marijuana, and then they try to make it look like, well, black people try and get white women and do all this crazy stuff, and they try to make that an issue, and white people got so frightened they made an issue of it. And that's horrible, because people have been in prison for years, for decades, and forever because of these illegal drug laws. But people will find out that people aren't dying from smoking marijuana. If they're mixing it with things, they're probably killing themselves, getting tore from the floor up. But play to win, trust God Almighty, and trust your blessed judgment, and that your blessed judgment will go further than just saying, well, I'm just praying all the time. Fine, pray, but your fellow human being, pray for all fellow human beings, sister human beings, and everybody on the planet. Move forward and continue to help each other play to win. And congratulations, Donald Trump, to having got the presidency, because I'm not mad, because black folk been through hell and high water, and your becoming the president don't make nothing new to black America or to Negro colored black African Americans, because the evil, wicked things that people have done to Negroes have gone on and still goes on to this day in 2016. So without further ado, I've said my piece. I'm Apostle Cecil Hatchett. I love all human beings. I don't care what your race is, who you are. If you marry blacks, if you are white and you marry a black, you see they're going to label you black, because his parents, President Obama, I don't know if his mom was white or his dad was white, but he's been labeled black. So they didn't say that he's a mulatto or nothing like that. It's just that he's getting full credit for being black, and it's always been that if you got just speck of black in you, then you're black. It don't make no difference if you say your ancestors from whatever society you want to say it's from, you're black. So I'm just saying, I'm very proud of you women or men that have got with black women or black men, that we are wonderful people, and I just pray that life be wonderful for you as a human being. So keep going upward and onward and play to win. Trust God Almighty. And I'll turn the show over to you, Brother King J.
And I thank you so very much, too, Apostle Cecil Hatchett, for having me.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to do the best I can to cover this as fast as I can. Trust me. First of all, first and foremost, giving honor to God for getting me up and getting me here. I always got to say that. It's just something that's within me, and it should be within all of us, to thank God for waking us up. My grandfather was a Baptist minister at Avenue Baptist in Shreveport, Louisiana. So religion's been in my family for years. So it's not something I'm doing because I'm on the show, or because I think it's something that needs to be said, and all this stuff that people may be thinking. But I even brought the Bible with me today to try to do something different when I start this show than what I've done before when I've came here. But also I want to give a shout out to the President and the First Lady. Let me get on down the list here. And a lot of people who really deserve the credit and thanks and stuff for just doing what they're doing. This program's only an hour. I can't name everybody. But the thing is, too, I definitely want to send a shout out to the Nation of Islam and Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan for him trying to lead us the right way and to tell us some things that's very important that we better be paying attention to. And I'm hoping today you're paying attention, not just listening. So I'm going to get to that in a minute, too. But I'm here to address a number of issues today, and I want to give another acknowledgement to Apostle Cecil Hatchett for what he was saying about every time I say, I'm coming, I'm coming. This goes back to this. Your word is your bond. That's all it ever is with me. I'm never going to tell you something I'm not going to do. If it be some kind of emergency or something, I'm going to call you or something. People need to know how to navigate that type of stuff. Not just like he said, don't call, don't say nothing. We don't know if you're alive, dead, what happened to you. I've never done that. And anybody who know me know that my word is always good. So you don't want me to say, I'm coming to get you. Let me just put that out there now, because that will really be true. But that's the thing. We say these things, we do this, we'll call you here, we'll pick you up there, we'll do this, and we just don't do nothing. That's why we're in the shape that we're in. So I appreciate him acknowledging me for keeping my word. And I hope that that's an example to a lot of people out there, that your word is your bond. Try to keep that. So now, it's so much, like I said, it's so much, it's only an hour show. I didn't bring a picture of the lady that was swinging over the Ohio River. I was looking for it. I didn't forget that. I just want to say that it's in my notes right here. I'm going to find that one day, and I'm going to come here with it. If not, go and look in the book called Sanctuary, and you'll see it. But I had one that was destroyed. I was trying to see if I had another one. I wasn't able to find that, but I didn't forget that. So anyway, that's over with now too. I've already given my thanks, even to Portland Community Media here, for having this particular facility, and Poor Folks Justice too for having me on. Now, I was talking about number one. I'm here now as an entity for the Justice Committee. That's what's on the teleprompter. Some people are on their computers now looking because they've seen the sign. This is registered with the state of Oregon. It's been registered with the state of Oregon. It's not the first trip. It's not the first rodeo. But see, that's the thing. Black people don't have nothing basically to really be behind to try to get involved. With the Justice Committee, if you want to be a part of doing something to make something better for your family, this is right here. I didn't make this up. I don't have a computer. I don't have all that stuff. But this is from the state of Oregon, just so you see that. It's nothing make-believe. Nobody's parading around with signs and all this old stupid stuff that people think people are doing. This is for real. And the reason this is because if anything's happening to you, your family, or your loved ones, the numbers on this going to be on the screen, and even the email addresses. Try to let us know so we can start to document this. We got to keep some kind of record. I've been saying that. Even with the Oregon Black Museum. It's the same thing. If we aren't keeping track of this, who is? And this is real. Like I said, I hope you're going to be paying attention today, because if not, I don't know what to tell you. But that's what this is, just so you see that this is for real. I'm not going to leave that up there all the time, all that. But I just want you to know I'm here now from the Justice Committee, and we have a lot of justice issues that we're going to have to deal with. One of the main ones is the property thing that's going on now. They're isolating everybody everywhere, doing this, doing that. They done taken my property. Listen, let me back up a minute. I didn't bring nothing in this world when I came here, and I'm not going to take nothing out. I was blessed and thankful I had the opportunity to be able to acquire some things that the Lord allowed me to acquire. Let me tell you something. To whom much is given, much is required. So that's why he requires this of me, or she, let me say, requires this of me right now. It's not like it's something I'm going to take to my grave. So they've came along with all these type of fines and fees. I'm going to put this on here because this is where I'm going to start this whole thing and get rid of this right now. Number one, this here is a contract right here that has my name on this contract, and it's so strange that how all this stuff happens. I'll put this up on the prompter, so this is how I got to start this up. If the prompter can get this paper here, because a lot of it's going to be on the prompter first. You'll hear me saying this stuff, but this is my signature right here, right here. This is my signature right here. So it's up. Let me pull it down a little bit. There it is. That's my signature right there. And this is a gentleman, a black gentleman, who I bought that property from by the name of Jesse J. Sanders. Right there. Now, everybody sees that. This is the contract. I got the other parts of it right here in my hand. I didn't make this up on the internet. We can tell from the age of it how old it is. But it was important for me to show you that part of it. And a lot of people never saw deeds before. Here's a deed right there. See, it says warranty deed over here. Listen, I don't have time to be doing all this stuff up here today, but I had to bring it so people wouldn't say, oh, you just up there talking. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to say this too while I'm showing you this. I do a lot of talking. But you know what else I do? I do a lot of backing it up. And not to sound mean-spirited or to scare anybody, but I don't never say nothing I don't really mean. So that's what I mean. I do a lot of backing it up. I want you to be hearing what I'm saying, like I said today, and I'm hoping that you really are paying attention. That's what. Listening is one thing. Paying attention is another. We kind of get those things mixed up sometimes. But anyway, I'll do the best I can with you. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes, you know what? I hate to say this, and I'll be honest. I wonder how you make it from day to day. I really do. And Apostle Cecil averted to it with people drinking and smoking crack and doing all this other those wild, stupid stuff. They're not focused enough to know we got to move forward as a people. That's what. So I'm glad we're on the same page with this. Now, that's enough of the contract thing. I think this here will cover some of it right here with the fines and fees right here real quick on the prompter. Here's fines and fees. There's a fee right there in the very top right here that was $19,359. Another one, $820. Another one, $41,343. And down the bottom, $498.47 and change, whatever. Listen, that's how all of a sudden this property that I bought back then that was what, $20,000, let's say, after I got through fooling with everything, has escalated up into the thousands of dollars of fines and fees. I had another paper here. I don't even need to try to find it. It wasn't right here in front of me. I don't know what happened to it, but it was saying that the property then was only worth $45,000. You see? Now they got fees up into almost $80,000. That's what I'm trying to say. It's just it's a teamwork effort by the computers, by all the people involved, the code violating people, all the people, the neighbors is where it really starts. Let me tell you that. I'm not going to leave that out. But that's really where it starts. People, let me tell you something. People need to mind their own, this is Sunday, I'm not going to do all that. They mind their own business. That's what they need to do. Because that's where this stuff starts. And especially with black people. And I said it before on the show. They'll look out their door. They'll see you're black. Now they got a problem with that. It's too bad. I wasn't raised like that. And I could easily become that. But that's playing their game. And listen, I'm at 2 or 3, 4, and 5 different dimensions from here now. That's why this land thing is not really bothering me. But if people want to weigh in on this thing, and I know some other people have had this same problem, I'm here to try to get you to get into a class action suit. We'll find some attorneys, I think there's already some that's interested in it, that will pursue this thing and put a stop to this foolishness. Because listen, I already know what it's going to cause. I'm not going to say it on this air because I'm not one to predict nothing. But I said before, I'm a good chess player. I can always see way around the curve. I can see way up there. But that's the thing. I don't know what they think. And it doesn't matter. But you keep that type of foolishness up, it's going to create something that, be careful what you wish for. So I'm going to tell you that. And I didn't come here to try to, that's another point. Let me bring it up while I'm here before I get back to my notes. Grinning with people. All that grinning. Black people, people who look like me, you got to stop doing that because that's not going to get you nowhere. And especially with the new president-elect, as was alluded to earlier. Listen, number one, even when Barack was elected in 2008, didn't change nothing for me. Obviously, look what I went through. So how could that change something for me? You see? Listen to me real good. I'm not hating on Barack of the First Family. I just gave him some props. But I knew he wasn't going to do nothing for me. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I had to do what I was doing for myself. And even with this, listen, I went to the bitter end with this thing. The city want the land. They want me out. I'm the black man. The neighbors don't like the black man. We can put 5 families in that location. See, I have a big lot. And now other people got land and property. That's the whole point about it. They don't want you to have that. They can put other families in there with dogs and bicycles and all this other stuff what people are doing. So you got to go. I'm not really mad about it. And people ask me this all the time. Well, why not? Well, the reason is because I didn't bring nothing in the world. I don't take nothing out. I said that. But all these houses on this earth belong to the Lord. And so, really, the time is up for that one. They're great, good. The fact is, I was showing you that I didn't steal it. The fact that I paid all my stuff. They even tried to say at one time that I didn't even own that property. I have the letters right here. I don't have time to go in there and put all on the prompter. Listen, I'm going to show them to you. I brought them with me. Here they are right here. You never mind. There they are. State of Oregon right here, too. I'll just put them inside the screen. For you to see. But I might put one on them later on, not now. But anyway, I'm telling you, that was a ploy for them to steal the property from me too, saying I didn't even own it, in spite of any, in other words, prove it is what they were saying. And then I was also on what was considered to be the tax, deferral program. That's what, I can't remember nothing sometimes. It was called a tax deferral program. A lot of people was on it, not just me. Why not? I should be on it. I'm a senior person. Like I said, I deserve that. Now all of a sudden they was acting like I wasn't on the program. So the county was fixing to come in and take my property. That's really cute. Boy, you talk about some knockdown drag-outs. Oh, listen, I know, but let me tell you this too before I even say that. Every day somebody's got to die. Every day. Somebody's going somewhere. I don't really know exactly when my time is going to be. This is the old saying, if it's not worth dying for, it's not worth living for. So, maybe that would have been then. Who knows? Because you're not just going to walk over me and take, number one, I ran with people that was bigger than me when I was a kid. And that's the thing. I'm not so big, but I'm not so scared either, you see? So let me just put it like that to kind of make a long story short. But everybody was bigger than, listen, I'm big enough. Let me just put it like that. You're not just going to throw me, I'm about 230. You're not going to just throw me around. That's not lightweight either, trust me. But by the same token, I'm just saying, you're not just going to come in and do all that. And even now, like I said, I didn't pay them this money. I said that before. They leaned against the land. So don't think I didn't pay them. Let me write you a check right now. How much is that? Yeah, you've got to be kidding me. None of that's happening. And that's just it. You can't intimidate me with none of this stuff. And that's what I'm trying to get back to here also. I want people to know, they want money from you all the time. Like I said, they want you to go out here and just throw your money away for foolishness. They don't want you to be about nothing for your people. They got a way of distracting you from what your main focus is. Good for you. None of that's happening over here. And they know it. That's why I showed you this justice thing is on the real deal. If you got a problem, call us. If you want to get involved, call us. I got this, matter of fact, in my pocket. I want everybody, if they're interested, to let us know that you want to be a part of this committee so that you can make a change for all of us down the road somehow, or something that you have to bring to the table. And I just got these here made up. These are Justice Committee badges. People could be identified with who they are. And on it says, demanding equal justice. That's what it says. For all, like the sign says. See, so this isn't something that just happened overnight. This has been going on a long time. And to give you a little more history about the Justice Committee before I get into all this other stuff, this started back during the murder of Ricky Johnson in 1975. Some of the people that was involved with the Black Justice Committee then are still alive now. Okay? The Black Justice Committee, it didn't go away. They wanted to simulate into the Black United Front because it was a movement throughout the world like Black Lives Matter. Well, number one, I didn't like it because nobody didn't ask me. And number two, where is it now? Number three, the Black Justice Committee is still around. You're looking at it right there. The Justice Committee. It just doesn't have black in front. So you understand what I'm telling you? This didn't just start. This is 41 years ago. So you see, that's something. If you're committed to something, you stick to it. Now, if you're a part of this, I'll be more than happy to give you something to identify yourself and for you to become a part of it for your family, your children, your, number one, your grands, your great-grands, and your unborn children. Some people you can't do nothing with them, no way, and I'm not trying to. So anyway, we need people to be committed. It's a whole lot going on, I'm glad to show you some of my evidence, and let me move on from that. We as black people got to stop being afraid of each other. That's one of the main things. And this whole session here could be used for me to boo-hoo about property and things they done stole and this and that. I'm kind of switching it up a little bit, and not just on my behalf, on God embalming me with this just over the last 4 or 5 hours, because we can always get back to this stuff. The land grab thing's going to always be going on with us as well as the Indians, just like also Cecil mentioned. They took the Indians' land at first. Right. Then they bought us over from Africa. Right. To work it free. Right. See? Land grab. They're going to try to take your land, take your home, take your houses. It's not even worth it to try to buy a home. This American dream thing that we have going on right here, and I got this paper all the time. How do you define the African American dream? It's no such thing. And they want you to think that because they want your money. Then they want to put you out. See? Hey, I got a tent. Don't worry about me. But anyway, I'm just saying, they want to put you somewhere. But listen, that's the thing. They want to take your home once you paid for it and once you work for it. But back to what I'm getting here too. Blacks should not be afraid of each other. We're working against each other. And they realize that. Once they realize that, then that works for them. We should be able to acknowledge each other, embrace each other, support each other. people who look like me, I should love them. And even if you don't, maybe, but basically the ones that do, I don't know what all that is. And if you want to give some hate, is what I'm saying. And I'm going to try to start something like the Black Giving Back program, because there's a lot of blacks that's made it, not just in the music industry or the athletes and stuff. People have been good investors and all this stuff, and they made it. They haven't given nothing back, and they see that people are struggling. I was trying to send clothes to Haiti and Africa from the Oregon Black Museum, and they need things over there, especially Haiti after the earthquake. I was trying to help, not so much just give back. And the city contractors came, took all that stuff and threw it in the landfill. Boy, my horns went straight up. People think I don't have them under this hat. Yes, I do. There they are. Trust me. I'm telling you, I was just hot about that, because now they didn't just threw things away that people can use. So I'm trying to help. That's what I'm saying to people. Help and do what you can. Don't just act like, oh, well, that's too bad. They'll make it one day, or we're not. Blacks have money, especially people that look like me. And I don't know how much people can give or donate. I don't know. At first, I remember the National Action Network with Al Sharpton was trying to set up some type of funds where we could have a black bank or some kind of stack something. I don't know what that was. I don't know. I didn't hear no more about that. But see, that's the thing. People don't trust it. Somebody's trying to run off with the money. That's one thing. I ain't stole nothing from nobody. And I really don't plan on it, to tell you the truth. People are stealing stuff from me. You got that? And so I'm glad to be here to be able to say that today, too. I don't want to leave that out. People want what I want. Even when it come down to relationships, it don't matter. People always want what you want. I'm not really in love with none of it. It doesn't really matter. You know, I didn't have a twin when I came in this world. Now I don't want to get off the subject, but I came in this world by myself. So I'm just saying that answers that. So you know what? If it's yours, it's yours. If it ain't, you know, whatever. Come back to you if it is. But anyway, blacks got to stop killing blacks. That's what I got down here. And I'm not going to pussyfoot around none of this here. Black lives do matter. And I watched the Empire show that's been on with Lee Daniels on Wednesday nights at 9 o'clock. I'm not going to pussyfoot around with that. I don't like the gun play in there. I'm surprised Lee Daniels will put something in there like that. He's a good producer. I done seen some of his other shows and stuff too. With the trouble we having with weapons with each other, I started to get on the fastest thing smoking and go back there and say something to him. But I don't have to do that. I'm doing this now. This is going all over the world. So hopefully it'll get back to him. We don't need no more gunplay and violence in terms of our culture on TV like that. Because when they see it like that, that's what they do. They just do what they see. And I'm going to tell you, the Justice Committee ain't co-signing none of that, period. So Lee Daniels, I don't know if I'm ever meet you or not. And the same goes for the president-elect. Let me say, it doesn't matter. I'm going to give to that in a minute if I can. But that's the whole point about it. We got to do things that's going to better us as human beings on this earth, in this world. That's what. I don't want to see a kid with a water gun, let alone something like that on TV. So, you know, it's just something that we got to move past and don't expose them to. That's what. So I get on past that now. And that's what I was just say. That's what allows all the gang violence to exist. And about the police killing blacks all the time. Here we go. Yeah, they're doing that, and then we're saying something about it. But when we do it, it's like it's justified and it's okay. He ran up on me. She was going to cut me. I got down here about the sisters at the club killing each other. I mean, the one killed the sister at the club here in Portland on 60th. I think her last name was Lowe or something like that. I can't remember all that stuff. But it's not just men, is what I was saying that. Women too. You know what? I know something, and I'm going to tell you. It's about respect. That's exactly what all this is about. If you don't have the respect, then these things are going to happen point blank. And people need to know that's what we're missing in our culture is respect. So hopefully you're listening and you're going to, like I said, you're really going to process this stuff and get something out of it today. I'm hoping that you are. And praying that you are what? Paying attention. That's what. We have nothing but our lives and our families. And personally, I don't have nothing left to lose, me. See? And the most dangerous person in the world, people know, is the people who don't have nothing. Nothing. Think about that. See? Listen, I'm 5 dimensions ahead of this, so it doesn't matter to me. But for my kids, my grandkids, great-grands, and unborn, it does. They don't, look at them, they don't have a rat's chance in HEA double hockey sticks, you know, to fight this thing. So that's what I'm telling you. black representatives are still due in this time and era, and whether it was Clinton or not black representatives, black reparations is what I mean, not represent. Black reparations were still due in this particular time, and whether it was Clinton or Trump, it didn't matter. I didn't hear nobody mentioning none of that. So see, this is the debt that we have here that will probably never ever be paid to us. They wanted us to give them some votes, but I didn't hear nobody saying, hey, you know, we're going to cut y'all a check for a change. See, and I'm going to say this right now at this time. If President Trump does not keep that machine greased in the White House that spits out them checks to senior peoples who can help build this country like me, then he's not the man for the job. Period. We want that machine greased. We want them checks on time. We don't want no care undone. He's going to do about. Listen, all this stuff has happened during this time, so that's why I said it's not about me and my property. God flipped this whole thing for me to try to tell us today something that I know we need to know that's going to keep us positive for our children and generations to come. Excuse me, this here mic just came on for me moving. But now, America must pay what is due. The past election has woke us all up. Blacks must reunite immediately. You see many wild whites on TV protesting. There's much more of this to come. So before you start grinning with them and doing all this stuff that you're doing, you better know who you're around and what you're around, because they are backbiters. They're liars, they're thieves, they're cowards, they're chumps, and they're punks. And especially like the judge that sent this here on the teleprompter right here, once again, to my house. In case people don't know what this is really all about, there it is, the judge's signature. If you can go to the teleprompter when you get time, it's not a hurry, to send that to my house for contract people to come in and take all my stuff off my property. And what hurt me the most was my cancer research work. That's what really hurt me the most now. As I had investigative work, like I said before, for Kyron Horman, and all the blacks that are missing. A lot of blacks are missing too, in case people don't know that, but they are. But also the cancer research work and the investigation of the missing people, and all of Oregon Black Museum, not all, but a lot of the artifacts and stuff that I had, as well as stuff to go to Haiti and Africa, like I said. I got a laundry list to steal the stuff. But the judge signed that. No, he didn't. I take that back. The clerk signed it. That's what I'm trying to get to. The clerk signed that because the little coward punk, like I call him in here, Nan Waller, I don't know if it's a male or female. These are people I'm talking about. That's what I'm telling you. And Charlie Hale, he's the mayor. He's in on it. Chief Larry O'Day was a policeman back then. He was a chief. So I got his name in here too today. And of course, I'm not going to leave out this schizophrenic, what's his name, Mike Madsen, whatever his name is. He's a part of all this stupid stuff. And of course, the city investigating code inspector Wayne Bates. That's who all them people was behind that to steal my to steal my property. You mean to steal God's property, don't you? Good idea. And I've never met them before. I got right here. Never met or spoke to them. Never ever. Never ever ever. So you see, that's a vendetta against me, as black people. I mean, as a black person, that's what people have done, and with that computer. And back to what I said earlier, whites in the neighborhood looked out. Hey, a black guy's in the neighborhood. You know what? We better call the police. No, we gonna call the city, the county, and the state. Look, he got Cadillacs hanging out. Oh, hey, he barbecuing. He don't give us none. Hey, look, he dressed pretty sharp. Hey, this and hey, that. That's just hate. Jealousy is one thing, but that's just plain hate. And that's what I'm telling you is happening in a lot of neighborhoods. That's another reason why they ain't letting blacks move into some of the neighborhoods. You ever heard the expression, uh-oh, there go the neighborhood? I remember the show I used to watch years ago when I was a kid. It's called the Beverly Hillbillies. They were some rich rednecks from the hills of Kentucky or somewhere. I don't know where they came from. I can't remember that. But anyway, they moved to Beverly Hills. And they did not like that at all. With that raggedy truck they had and the way they dressed and all this stuff. See, listen, don't judge the book by the cover. They was wealthy. But still, I'm just saying, I don't want to get off the subject with that. But that's what the neighbors do. The next thing, they call all these people coming in. Well, see, blacks don't have a lot of money to do that. And like I said, this stupid Judge Waller, if that had been you, like I keep telling people, listen, I've been playing chess for years. Nothing gets by me, really. He should have got his ASS, I'm going to say that on Sunday, off the bench, got in a car, came over there and looked and said, oh, no, I'm not going to sign nothing like this or have my clerk sign that. Y'all find you something else better to do and leave this man alone. That's what he should have done, or she, whatever it is. So I think tomorrow they'll be telling him or her that downtown at the courthouse. Like I said, I've never met him. I keep saying, come here, let me see what you're working with. I have no reason to go down there and get in your face. You know why? Because I don't go around meddling with people. I don't have time to go around dipping in people's business or personal affairs. I'm going to tell you this too since I'm talking to you. I caught some white people on the property the other day coming out the house, inside the house. One of the guys, he begged me to shake his hand and told me he wasn't taking nothing. And all this. One of them ran, and he had a case on his shoulder and stuff. And I'm thinking, that looked like my case. I wonder what he's got in there. He never came back, so I don't know. But I'm just saying, they think they got the right to steal from you. They're entitled to do this and do that. And like I said, this is what whites do as they act like they're your friend, and they're backbiters. They want your property because they want it to become theirs. And black folks don't really have a problem like that, basically. But, I mean, no, black folks have the problem with white folks. But black folks don't have a problem with blacks just coming up in their house like that. That's what he thought. He was entitled to just go on that property and do that. That property has a no trespass sign right there. I showed it to him. But see, these are things that happened since then. But I don't want to take up time with that. Call the police on them? Yeah, sure. What are they going to do? Nothing. That's what I'm saying. They're white. I don't have time to waste my time on the phone waiting on something. Do I look like that? You can take one look at me and tell. That's what I'm saying. I don't have time to fool with nobody with nothing. I caught him red-handed. That's in his mind the rest of his life. That's what's going to destroy him, because I caught him as a thief. Now, and really, let me see, what's his name? His name is Dan Forbes. They tell me he writes for the Mercury magazine. So I'll say that. The other guy, he told me his name was Scott. Now, I don't know whether or not that's his name. He could have been telling me that. But I just I got a chance to look at him. I know his face if I see him again. But see, all this stuff that people, if I had to put my hands on him, I wouldn't be sitting here today. You understand? See, listen, all kind of traps that the devil tried to set for us. I recognize the devil just like I think I recognize God. You understand me? I recognize the devil real quick. God, man, a little tricky. Sometimes, as a matter of fact, the other day, a guy was talking, let me give out a shout to the Portland Observer. I and Mark were sitting there talking. He went up the street and he came over to us. And he said a few things to us. And he had a biblical name. In case people don't know, the J stand for Joseph. And of course, Mark is Mark. And we have biblical names. We were talking. And Mark said, hey, it's strange you come over here. I said, you know what? That could have been God. He said, you know, you're right. God comes in many forms. Many different images. We don't know. So be careful of how you treat people, what you say to people, and what you do to people. I just had to kind of sway a little bit from things to tell you that, because that's what I'm here for too, not to cry over property. I mean, certainly we work hard for stuff, and we're going to die and lose stuff. But also, when we die, our family should know how to take care of stuff. When they don't, guess what's going to happen? Well, then, same thing. See? They're going to come along and get it because we got some dunces or some dummies or something that's good. They don't know what they're doing. So I'm going to call it, listen, I don't pull no punches. I'm calling it just like it is. I done seen stuff just whittled out right down the drain because people don't know how to manage nothing. And that's why black people don't know how, especially, they don't know how to keep nothing, don't know how to have nothing. Now, but anyway, I don't want to get upset about that. This is what I say to the white man right now, and not just skipping by my notes, but I done kind of cover this as I'm talking. In the words of Moses, let my people go. And that's exactly what I mean. Because see, I have nothing to lose. And you will cry many a day with the stuff that you are creating right now. Trust me. No, maybe I should say that's a promise. I don't know what I could say. You know, God had a son named Jesus that started with a J. I'm a child of his. So that's where the king thing come from too, outside of speaking for Mumia Abdul-Jamal in 1999 at Alberta Park. And for those of you who don't know how Mumia was, he was a political prisoner, Black Panther and stuff, New York. And they said they killed a police officer and all this stuff. You got to look up on the internet and read and do all this stuff. I don't got time for that now. But it's not self-proclaimed is what I'm trying to tell you. I wish God had gave me that name back when I was like 15, but that didn't happen, see. But now that it is, really, like I said, I have nothing to lose. Absolutely nothing. So be careful. Just be careful. Now, moving right along, too, I don't want to take up all my time with all that stuff, but everybody probably looking at these flags wondering why they are. Well, here's America right here. Let me wave that before I do forget to put it up there. Let me unwave it. Hey, this is America. Great. All that stuff's goody-goody. This is Congo right here. This is our motherland flag. This is where we come from, period. Right here, this is the new Congo flag right here. Pretty, isn't it? You see this ring on my finger right there, too, don't you? You see there? Red, yellow, and green. That's right. That's exactly, hey, be about it is what I'm telling you. All that yappity yapping, people talking, doing all this stuff. That's all it is talk, and talk is cheap. Either you be about it or you aren't. I'm sorry if that's the way I'm sounding to you today, but I didn't come here to be grinning with people and to sugarcoat nothing. Right here is the African-American colors, red, black, and green, because we are in America. Kind of looks a little blue on there now. Well, that's the background drop, but it's red, black, and green. That's what it is. And of course, right here, state of Oregon, blue. It was blue for Hillary too. We know that. But this is it. See, this is where we are. After we came from here, we came to here. This is where we are, and we're living in where? Here. And I still have the picture over here on the prompter where America's hanging up. Let me put that over this right now. I'm gonna put it up there again today. That's why I bring this stuff. America is treating us and mistreating us and hanging us from the Statue of Liberty because, see, back to this other stuff here, what I was saying, law and order is coming up, and a lot of us are going to be locked down on the smallest of things. Right here, let me pull it down there. Whoops. Locked down on the smallest of things, and there. Okay, well, that's good enough. We can't get it. Yeah, there. Now, there it is. That's pretty good. Locked down on the smallest of things that we don't have attorneys or money for. All this stuff is going to happen to us, and we better be careful. I hope you're really paying attention. I'm telling you. If somebody's sleeping, hit them and wake them up, because I didn't come over here for my health. Like I said, I'm going to be back as I can, and now, this is now the time for me to say, I know I'm not able to produce shows now, but I'm going to be trying to get the young people to come over here and to be involved with that, because we need avenues to get our message out, and we got to stop watching that other foolishness, even if it's not Empire. It's a lot of other foolishness with Channel X, Zero, or whatever you call them channels. And watch something that's going to help us as a people. That's what we better start to do now. We better start to get our signals together and our eyes and our blinks, our nods, and everything else. Because if we need to have a language and a code that they don't understand. Do you hear me talking to you? Like Chris, what's the name, Tucker say? Do you understand the words that's coming out my mouth? I hope you do. Because I'm not talking no Latin, and I do know some. But anyway, listen, that's assalamu alaikum to all my people in the nation too. I'm saying that to you. I'm telling you. But anyway, listen, we need to have that so they don't understand things that we're doing, and to have some type of structure between us to where we are united. There's so much stuff going on that I could tell you. But anyway, back to the history stuff here. This is what happens to us in America. Not skipping all around from one thing to another, but now. Apostle Cecil mentioned the museum. I don't want to leave here without saying something about that. Now it's going to be a museum up at PCC in Portland, Oregon on Killingsworth. That's where we are in Portland, Oregon. And that's going to start somewhere with, I don't bring the lady's name and stuff. I'm not trying to do commercial for people. But I'm glad that they're going to have that up at the college. And that's great. So we can look forward to that in the future. And somewhere to go and stuff and know more about what we're doing here and how we got here. Also, Avell Gordley, I've known her and the family. I even knew her dad before he passed. They call him Snake Man, as a matter of fact. But anyway, they're going to turn her house into a culture center on Williams. Listen, I told people this a long time ago, and I'm still saying the same thing now. My story never changes. I was just the messenger. It didn't matter if we had 20 museums somewhere. I just wanted us to be able to have something for our children, and for this state to know that we made some significant contributions here. And a lot of us died and didn't even get Social Security or any benefits, even a watch wallet, you know what I mean. But anyway, I'm just saying, nothing ever came out of it. I still like to see a bench over in Dawson Park for a lot of the people who have been dedicated in terms of their service to the state, the city, and the county. This started from Mr. George Bingham, who was a boxing coach down on Knott Street. And it just snowballed into people like Faye Lide and Knott Street is now Matt Dishman, even him too. I just can't start to name a lot of the people, Reverend Garlington who passed and stuff. Just a number of people, we would have their names in the bench to know that they were here as activists and leaders in the community. And people always want to leave legacies and all this stuff. Hey, great. But at least we know we acknowledge them for what they did and the time that they contributed. It's a whole lot of stuff that hopefully will be happening. And without the help of government and you know who. Like I said, Barack didn't do nothing for me. I'm not looking for you know who to do nothing for me. I'm looking for him to keep that machine greased, like I said earlier, so them chicks get out there on time. And I'm not playing. And I don't think other people, the seniors, are playing. We have our Congressman Ron Wyden, who's helping out with the seniors. Well, I become a senior. I met Ron when he was a 26-year-old kid up at Cascade College when he was with the Gray Panthers. Now, you see, that's how long I've known Ron Wyden. In case people don't know something about me, I ran for mayor of this city twice, in 76 and 80. Go look it up. I ain't got time for this today on the TV. But I'm just telling you, it ain't like I just popped out from nowhere. But knowing Ron back then, he still seems to be the dedicated person that he is now. That's what I'm talking about. Not me. But I'm just saying, hopefully he will do things to where seniors aren't going to have their care taken away from them. They ought to go. They will get the increase, and things that happen. I've always had a little faith in Ron. Let me say that, a little, because after all, he's been there. So I still congratulate him on his continued Senate in there. Okay, but anyway, let me move on from that too. But let's hopefully, like I said, hopefully he'll do something. I got in my notes back here. If y'all would have voted for me, I wasn't gonna say that, but I may as well now. If y'all would have voted for me for mayor back in 76 or 80, we wouldn't be here now. Oh yeah, here it is right here. If y'all would have elected me for mayor in 76 or 80, we wouldn't be here doing all this stuff right now here in Portland, Oregon. And most likely I'd have threw everybody out. Me, I'd have started fresh. That's just the way I do. Listen, I'm a good enforcer. What do you think? I don't know. You probably look at me and say, oh, he's just talking. I don't know what you think about me. You can take one look at me and tell, I don't have time for, if it's not going to be orderly or if it's not going to be right, you're gone. That's just the way it is. And that's too bad. I'm not the second chance person. Everybody knows how to act. And even like with meetings here, if there would be people here now, people would be raising their hand, asking the question or something. All that cross-talking and stuff like that, people don't get nothing done. I don't like to go to nothing like that. Never have, never will. And if I'm going to be a sergeant at arms there or something, I'm going to throw you out. That's just the way. That's why we don't get nothing done. I just said that. So anyway, I got it in my notes. I'd have threw them all out quick, and we wouldn't have these problems now. So I'm just saying, don't think I just popped out of nowhere. And usually when people see me coming, I hate to laugh about it, but it's not funny. But when people see me coming, they either cross over, go around the corner, or do something else because they know that they're not coming correct. And I'll call them on it. Trust me. So that's just the way it is. So anyway, I'm going to read to you what's on this sign here with "You Belong" too. I see time is always getting away. This hour's going fast. This sign here was one of this is a poster. This is just a copy. My mother had the original one, and it goes to a big collection. Believe it or not, it's still Black Museum stuff. It still got something to do with the justice and an honor to the Veterans Day that just went past, November 11th. And people say, you're talking fast, you better be listening fast. Let me tell you something. We as Black, whether it was the Buffalo Soldiers or the Colored Regiment here, what this is, we was a part of this country and protecting our women and children here. Even though we came from Africa, they didn't give us no guns for a long time. You know that anyway, whatever. But I don't want to get in that. But now it's a right to bear arms, and they still try and take them. But this is what it says. You belong. You and William Harney share a unique African heritage. Like this Medal of Honor that they're showing there. Medal of Honor of the 54th Massachusetts Colored Cavalry Regiment. During the Civil War, citizens like you have been protecting the country and the community since 1636. That's what it says way down the bottom of that sign, which you can't see. That's why I just read it to you. And I hope somebody don't ask me to read it again. But that's what it says. And I'll probably bring this some other time maybe I'll bring the colored version of it, which I just bought that today because of. But anyway, listen, I wore black and white today because of. So that's what. Let me say that. It doesn't get any clearer than black and white. And on this shirt here, it says Justice Committee, demanding justice for all. That's exactly why I'm talking. And that's really what it is. Not just some. Oh, no, we're going to treat them over here a little better. We're going to do this over here. No, we're going to cut a deal over here. They plea bargain over there. Like I said, I'll throw you out. Now, the judges and everybody, even that Chief Marshman, he was this schizophrenic, stupid stuff. I never met him, and I don't care. But I hope I never had no dealings with him or any of his so-called boys. Because my henchman is just as tough, believe me. I hate to sound like that today, but I didn't come here to act like I'm nice about nothing. I think people need to be paying attention. I see them pushing them whites downtown on the protests and stuff. I see them doing that. Finally, if that had been Black Lives Matter or Don't Shoot Portland people, they'd have been spraying and macing them immediately. So it's like I said, equal justice for all people. You treat people the same, or else don't do that at all. It's just that simple. Now I know what people are saying. Well, who are you to say this and say that? See that name right there, King J? That's exactly who I am, and that's exactly what I mean. Now I answered that for you, I hope. So anyway, even the people right here, I got it in my notes, Standing Rock Indians in South Dakota. They're trying to tell them what to do. His name was Chief John something. I can't remember what his name is, but anyway, he was on speaking, and speaking he says, they've taken everything from the Indians too. They can't take nothing else. There's nothing left. That's what he said. I'm not putting words in his mouth. Go on the news thing and look at it. I'm just saying, it's all this stuff is happening, and we as a people, whether we're Indian, Black, we got Indian in our family too, let me say, sitting here. We got Blackfoot and Navajo and Pawnees or something. I can't remember what it is now. But we have those things in our blood, in our families. And everybody is mixed with something. We got the Choctaw. That's what I'm trying to think of. We got Choctaw and obviously we got French and you know what I mean, Creole and stuff. You know, we have that. My people, like I said, from Louisiana too. That's where a lot of the Creole and French come from down there too. But anyway, look, we have all that stuff. America is a mixed melting pot, period. So nobody's better than nobody else. Nobody has no more than nobody else. Nobody's doing no more than nobody else. All this stuff I'm saying because we are all equal in the eyes of God. And we all are children in the eyes of God. And another thing, you know what? People always nothing. And no, I got to put this up too before I go. People always say, well, not always, but some of the time they say, you're not really mad about none of this stuff, are you? I said, absolutely not. And like I said, I don't bring nothing in the world, but I don't worship material things. That's what. Oh, we got people, let me put this up too. We got people who worship money. We got people who worship all kind of cars and all kind of items. We got people who worship a whole lot of stuff. And for the life of me, I know if I need a lung, a liver, or a heart transplant or something, they're not going to honor none of that in terms of accepting stuff for that. You know what I'm trying to say? It's nothing like your body. And speaking of, this is last. I'm glad I've said that. This is what it came to my attention that the heart transplant, the donor program, we need to know more about it because some of these body parts, since I'm up here, this is part of the Justice Committee too. They're being harvested and they're being sold. A lot of the black men that have been shot and murdered by the police, I bet you. Listen, I'll gut you like a fish too. You piss me off. But let me say this: they've been gutted, body parts taken out, and sold on the open market. So that's something that we got to pay attention to in the future to come. People, they think it ain't gonna happen to them, but there's a lot of people that's missing now. We don't know where they are. We don't know what happened to them. So I'm glad I said that about that because all that makes sense now. When you think of it, if you put 2 and 2 together, it's gonna be 4. I see Apostle Cecil return. I'm glad he did. The time done got away from us. Yeah, it has. We already got about 3. Just let me tell them real quick. This here poster, somebody gave me this and said, beware of these gang members who look like police and they're in police uniforms and stuff. They're the biggest gang members there is. They're highly organized, well-armed, potentially violent. Warn your friends and neighbors and do not provoke them. Do not let them corner you. Protect yourself. That's what that says, in case you didn't know it. But okay, I'm good today. Believe me, I'll be back sometime. You know my word good. I appreciate you listening to me. And for those of you who can spread the word out there in TV land and everywhere else, tell them to tune in to Popo Community for Justice on Sundays at 3 o'clock. It ain't got to just be me. Anybody, come here, do that. That's what this avenue's for.
Okay, welcome back. I'm Popo Community for Justice. We only have about 3 minutes left before we go off the air. And I just want to let all you people know out there in TV land that I thank you, Brother King J. Thank you for coming to the show. And you were very serious about trying to get your message out there. And I'm very, very happy that you did get your message out there. And talked about that Black Museum and that there's a woman is going to put a show together or put something together on her own property, and we'll have a Black Museum in Portland, Oregon. Yes. And so I'm happy to hear about that. God Almighty loves you. I love you too. For all human beings, play to win. And if you got problems, bring them to Popo Community for Justice. Talk about them on the air. And if you're trying to bring people to justice, talk about the case on the air. so that if something were to happen to you, if bad luck, if they killed you or you just dropped dead or whatever, your information would still be there for to bring that up in your favor. So if you want to swear to what you're saying or put your hand on the Bible or whatever you're doing or however they will acknowledge your information as being justifiable and true, then do that. And if your sons or daughters are in prison or mother, father, sister, brothers are in prison, then come out and speak in favor of them and talk to that situation and try and get them out of prison because Obama is leaving from office in come January. So the things that he set out to do, hopefully maybe Trump will do that, but I don't know what he'll do. But maybe some things can get accomplished, and I'm praying that that happens. So thank you again, Sister Ellie, Brother Steve for helping out, and Brother Ron for helping out. I have a wonderful staff in the back, and we thank you very much for listening to us and your all you people out there in TV land, wherever you're on the planet, you're welcome to come to this show and speak your heart. And for my Indian brothers that are being attacked and sprayed with mace and all that crap, I pray that as Obama tried to tell people, we're going to try and reroute around your sacred land. And so hopefully all that spraying mace in their eyes and doing all that crazy stuff will stop. And please help one another and trust one another and trust God Almighty. Because God Almighty lives in all our hearts, and our prayers go out to all of you. So the show is over.